We are mainly training our mind within this challenge to start realizing the subtle reality that actually guides and leads our life. But our entire life is getting programmed in deep contemplation in the sleeping state. Understand one thing very clearly: money only exists as a medium of exchange and doesn't exist at all. What exists is your value. What value are you giving at that moment? What is your depth of invitation? What is your genuine participation in that conversation? What is your mindset when you're inviting money or the prospect in your life? What is that invitation? That is making the difference.
So, welcome everyone to Money Meditation School.
Please follow and subscribe our channel to continue that can help you open up your money blocks.
One thing is very certain, that there are forces within us and around us. We might not be able to see them. We might not acknowledge them on a daily basis, but it does seem to shift as we shift our mindset. A lot of you must have experienced and realized that as soon as you shift your mindset, suddenly something unexpected comes along the way, some door opens up, or something that was blocked is now flowing. So what is this? What is this euphoric world that we are living in? This world within a world. We are mainly training our mind within this challenge to start realizing the subtle reality that actually guides and leads our life. We are living in a life in the waking state, but our entire life is getting programmed in deep contemplation in the sleeping state. The real willpower that you're really exercising to have is a good sound sleep. Did you ever realize that? To have a sleep which is stress free, to have a sleep which is sound, not filled with dreams which do not make sense, is really the start of your willpower. We don't realize this. We don't give it so much importance, wherein there is a whole study going on in University of London where they are deeply researching the art of sleeping. Yes, it's an art. Every day, just by sleeping, you are an artist. How wonderful is that? And really, life is like that. The areas of life where we really need to work are subtle, simple, and already existing. Our mind is a big learning device, and we can easily get trained, we can easily get motivated to participate into actions which are shown to us, which are larger than life, are so important, but are not absolutely result oriented when it comes to our own project. Today, I want to talk about something that we have touched in bits and fractions here and there, but I realize that this is so simple, it might just be even missing the point. So I'll start by giving an example which we can all relate. So imagine you want your friend to visit your house, or you visit an event you're creating. Maybe your own marriage, maybe your brother's marriage, or anyone in your loved one's marriage, because that is definitely an event we relate to, a grand event. When something so grand is at stake, you don't take chances. You don't take chances of just giving a casual invitation. You make sure you reach out. You make sure you find the time. You make sure you coordinate the time with the other person. You have that particular meeting. You have an invitation card ready, and your language is so well presented and is so well scripted at the same time. You are easily able to get in touch with people whom you have not spoken for 10 years and still create that warm connection where you are able to humbly invite them and make sure that they do come and give their valuable presence. So this is possible for us. It's just we don't bring this kind of intensity on a day-to-day basis. We don't create our business or our targets as a grand event where people in our network have to participate. There is no other option. We don't give people that kind of respect and attention as our most valued guest unless there is a grand event. So what is changing here? The people are the same, you are the same, your requirements are the same. The difference is you realizing some events to be grand and very important, and some events to be casual and not so important to rock the boat. And that's how exactly the results are. When you go to a friend, even after you're meeting him for a decade after a decade, and he will start complaining, hey, where have you been? haven't been in touch, these things don't matter. You're very able to handle that objection. Realize my word is the same objection we receive when we are doing sales. We are able to handle that objection very neatly, very politely, without getting disturbed, and we transcend it and we create a conversation which is a win-win. We are able to listen to him and we are able to invite him with so much grace and love that he melts. But on the other occasion, we are so casual. There is a party, you want to come? Please come. If you have the time, do come. That makes it 50-50. That's the same kind of intensity we put in our invitation when we're inviting money in our life. We want to start really getting this idea very clear. Money is equal to God. If you believe in God, then start relating this with the same respect and the same intensity. It will make things so much easier. When you leave the opportunity or the decision making in the other person's hand, it becomes 50-50. Why is it that when you want to invite someone for a grand event like a marriage, there is no choice of decision? Is there? There is no choice. You will not take no for an answer. You are just clear. The other person has to make time. You even are able to make and convince the biggest of celebrities, the biggest of politicians, the biggest of VIPs in your life to remove that time for you. So how does it become different when you're launching your project or you're needing something or when you're moving into a new direction? We restrict our invitation by thinking it's not valuable enough. But I want to impress upon you that the value is equal to the value you are giving. In the grand event as well, your VIP or your guest have nothing to do. They have nothing to gain. They have not anything great to contribute. It's really not their connection. They might not even be connected to the main event, but you are able to convince them that no, you are so important that with your presence, my event will become a success. This kind of invitation, this heartfelt invitation, this heartfelt connection, we do not realize when we are reaching out to our prospects, to our leads, to our business partners, to our clients, or to whomever is important in the money game as well. We leave it a little bit in the air, where we leave it for them to take a decision if it suits them. If you have already realized that what you are offering is going to serve the other person, then where is the doubt and where is the place to be ambiguous? Understand one thing very clearly. Money only exists as a medium of exchange and doesn't exist at all. What exists is your value. What value are you giving at that moment? What is your depth of invitation? What is your genuine participation in that conversation? What is your mindset when you're inviting money or the prospect in your life? What is that invitation? That is making the difference. We often see there are brands which sell products 5 times, 10 times its competitor. And we easily convince ourselves, oh, this is because of the branding. This is because of this is because of that. It might be partially true, but also if you look closely, the things you end up buying, the things you end up participating, the things you are inviting and allowed to come in your life usually have a very good invitation attached to it. The people who are reaching out and taking the effort to make it personalized for you, to make it customized for you, that is where it is making the difference. This kind of sensitivity and sensibility makes the biggest difference. When you are approaching your target and you leave it restricted only to your world, thinking that, oh, this is my target, only I can benefit when I achieve from it, so my intensity needs to be accordingly, it's not fair. You're again leaving it to chance. Start to train your mind. When you fulfill your dreams, the universe is able to accomplish its dreams. Your dreams are nothing beyond a task list assigned to you. Can you bring your mind to think like that? This will relieve you of the pressure of performance, and it will just be limited to doing what is the proper work. Start to detach yourself from the point that this target or this project is only going to benefit me, and I don't want to come across as a self-centered, selfish person. So I want to keep my invitation very humble and very low key. You might as well not invite, because that is a waste of time. Be very clear if you're reaching out to participate in someone's life that you are contributing value. That is the proper work. Make sure what you're offering is a genuine and is really going to add value to whomever participate, and that's the proper work. But within the invitation, you don't need doubt. Invitation is magic. Invitation changes our game completely. Your process of invitation or your skill of invitation makes the difference between a person, a successful person, and another person. It is so powerful and so easily taken for granted. We are putting 80% of our time, 90% of the time to focus on our offering, but hardly we give that importance to the real connection point when we're going to reach out and where we're going to express ourselves and where we're going to speak about why we want them to participate with us, why we want money to come in our life. We are very easily just writing numbers as targets and projects and feeling that we have done the part and now money has to come, and it doesn't come. It might not come because it is not clear why it should come. If you start thinking of money as a VIP, as the most valuable person in your life, if you start thinking as your most loved one, you will get that word, you will get that warmth, you'll get that intensity and the sensibility of how do you really want to invite them. When you invite someone to a grand event, you just don't say, hey, show up. You make sure to also explain to them what's going to happen. Or there are going to be so many types of cuisines. There are going to be people from all walks of life. Your friends are going to be there. You are going to be appreciated for giving us the blessing and so many things in their favor. You make sure you think about it. Are we convincing money equally? Are we creating and respecting money to justify to money equally? This is something to realize. Start having a dialogue with your target, with your project in a way not coming from need, not coming from demand, and not coming from that despair that I am such a good person and you must come. I've done my hard work. You must justify. It doesn't have any attraction. As we have discussed earlier, attraction is something you give. Attraction is not something you receive. This will come with practice, but this is the only principle. If you're not giving out a proper reason for money to come, it might not come. Money is energy. It needs to be attracted, not demanded, not requested, not wished for, and not at all asked for desperately. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't care if you need it. Money has a flow. If you keep saying, I want so much money so I can keep it in a fixed place just for me to feel good about it, there's no value. Negotiate with money. Yes, think about it. Not negotiate for money, negotiate with money. Work on money's terms. Have a connecting project or a connecting work that if money comes in my life, then I'm going to be doing this, which is going to make a circle and make money flow even better. That makes your invitation more powerful, more reasonable, and mainly it relieves your mind from the stress and the ambiguous feeling of why. When you go with the invitation card to your distant relative, you're very clear because you have already spent the time on making a very good invitation card. The proper work is done, so your confidence level is really high. You wear good clothes, you have a good mindset, you're ready to forget any petty arguments you might have had with that relative, and you're ready to go beyond it. Oh, just forget about the past and let's create a new future. You say that to the people whom you've not spoken for minutest of reasons, or even the people whom you think are not adding value in your life. Even to those people, you are able to reach out and make them feel special. So you have that skill. You have that talent. As humans, we are able to reach out and connect. But the importance will define your grand invitation. The importance of your project. How important are you thinking this target, this 30 days target that you have taken up? How important is it for you? It's not about, it's very important to me, I will feel good. It's not restricted to that. It's important for the whole universe. Expand yourself. Expand your thinking that when you do your work correctly, the universe works correctly. This will relieve you of the stress of performance, and it will just allow you to think clearly and say the things which is really needed. Do the action which is really needed, and be very genuine, be very, very clear of why you're inviting something. I'm just inviting something because I've seen someone else use it is not enough. This leads to moments of frustration and disappointment. And we see that regularly. We are so connected to getting and achieving that project. We are burning inside with agony when we are not receiving that project. We are so easily ready to blame and complain anyone and everyone, including ourselves and the Almighty and the universe, for not connecting the dots, not being justice, not being fair. But I'm telling you, if you want to play the game, learn the game and play to win. That's the key. You don't need to do all this. You don't need to do the hard work. Do the proper work of understanding why must money come in your life? What benefit will money have when it comes in your life? What benefit will you create? What value will you create when your targets are achieved? How does society benefit when you achieve your targets and you start your broad-based thinking? This empowers your invitation in ways you cannot even imagine. It allows you to detach from the result and you're able to actually perform more easily. Anyone who has acted on stage would know this. If you keep thinking about the audience, you could not perform. You really need to go to that special place and identify why are you doing this performance. And you're doing this performance for the whole universe. That's when the magic starts to move. So when you already are part of the universe, when you already are doing the universal game, then why shy away? So don't restrict yourself when you're inviting something and you're inviting money. Invite every target, every project with that ultimate importance of a grand event. Because it is true, what seems small and petty right now might actually be the turning point of your life. If you achieve your 30 days project clearly at this moment, by doing this effort, it will be the turning point of your life. It will completely turn your belief system and make you available for transformation. The value you will receive is beyond your imagination. So let's start giving importance to every action, every word, every gesture from a grand point of view and really invite money as if we are inviting God Himself. And that is the truth. So today in our meditation, we are really going to find our actions. We are really going to focus on that in between intermediate step between demand and supply. What is in the middle is your invitation. How are you showing up? So let's focus on what we have been doing, what we would like to do, and how we can invite money as God. So please find a quiet place as we get ready to start our meditation.